Hello, and welcome to the Autoware tutorial at the IEEE IV conference for 2025. My name is Simon Thompson, and on behalf of the Autoware Foundation, Tier 4 and Platform Lab, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the tutorial and to give an introductory presentation on Autoware and how to use it as a research platform. The Autoware Foundation is a non-profit organization created to look after the Autoware software repository. Tier 4 is the company that originally developed Autoware, donated the software to the Autoware Foundation, and is continuing to be a leading contributor to the source code. PF Lab is the team I work for at Tier 4, and our role is to promote the use of Autoware in the research community. So it's my pleasure to bring you this tutorial today. Autoware is the world's first open source autonomous driving platform. It covers the whole software stack from sensing to perception, planning and control, and then a vehicle interface to output the behavior to the vehicle. Autoware is available on the GitHub repository. In that repository, you can find the different repositories which make up Autoware. You can download the source code, compile it on your local machine, and run an autonomous driving software stack in your local environment. Specifically, it comes with a very simple simulator and a sample map, and you can get started by doing things like placing the vehicle within the map, setting a goal position, and then asking the autonomous system to plan and drive to the goal. And here we can see this in action. Autoware has been deployed all over the world, over 30 different vehicles, 20 different countries, and 500 different companies using Autoware. Autoware is not just a software repository. It is also the architecture which specifies the interfaces between the different modules in the system and allows for modularization and easy to swap in and out different component modules. It is a reference implementation, which is a particular software implementation to demonstrate how the architecture can function. It is also a set of reference designs, hardware and software, which implement various operational design domains such as cargo delivery, low-speed urban environment, and highway driving. And finally, it is tooling for development and for operations of autonomous vehicle fleets. These components are managed under the Autoware Foundation umbrella through various groups such as different working groups, the Autoware Foundation Board, the Strategic Planning Committee, and the Technical Steering Committee, and altogether they make up an entity that we call the Autoware ecosystem. So here at IV, we'd like to use this Autoware tutorial to promote the use of Autoware as a platform for autonomous driving research. We realize that research drives the expansion of the Autoware ecosystem through bringing in new users, adding state-of-the-art technology, bringing in new applications and operational design domains, and developing new vehicle platforms and gaining new contributors to the Autoware project. It is also a time that we can use to educate people on how they can use Autoware to perform research in autonomous driving capability, with the goal of easing the adoption and the awareness of Autoware in the research community. So this tutorial, it is not looking at how to do basic things like install and run Autoware. That is handled in video presentations elsewhere online and through the Autoware documentation. But we'd like to use this tutorial to introduce practical presentations to support the use of Autoware in research, including the integration of Autoware onto new platforms or environments, the use of tooling which supports Autoware as a research platform, the different experiences of research community using Autoware, and the introduction of new Autoware features that may ease the use of Autoware for research. So why use Autoware for research? Well, Autoware is a ready-to-use autonomous driving system. You just download it and run it on your local machine. It has a permissive license of using Apache 2.0. You can use it, and you can use it to develop your own applications and even commercial products. It's full stack. You can deploy directly onto your research vehicle. It's an open architecture. You can plug in different research modules very easy and connect it to the rest of the Autoware source code. You can use it as a benchmark for evaluating your own algorithms against the reference implementations in Autoware and against other implementations that you might have. There are integrated simulation and scenario tools where you can develop in simulation and set up different scenario tests to make sure your code is running correctly. There's a large active research community and support provided online. It forms a common platform for collaboration across different research institutes. You can make sure your collaborative research is running on the same platform. And it's also a way of sharing your research to the wider community and contributing your research back to the community. And for the rest of this introduction, I would like to discuss 4 different topics on how to use Autoware as a research platform. First, use the Autoware platform to jumpstart your autonomous driving research project. Second, join the Autoware global community for support in using and developing Autoware. 3, join the Autoware Centers of Excellence Research Network. And 4, share your results back into Autoware and its community. The Autoware Foundation is made up of many different member organizations, all working together with the goal of promoting, developing, and using Autoware to advance autonomous driving technology. So recently, there was an announcement that Autoware now has 100 active members coming from industry, academia, and government. In addition to the wider community, Autoware has a targeted network of global research institutes called the Autoware Centers of Excellence. In this network, there's over 25 leading laboratories from around the world, all working with Autoware with the goal of using Autoware as a common research platform to facilitate collaboration between different universities and accelerate the advance of autonomous driving research. This is led by Professor Rahul Mangharam at the University of Pennsylvania. Next, I'll talk about the Autoware platform. The Autoware software repositories are organized along a core universe model. This means that there's a core set of software implementation of different modules which allow for development of core autonomous driving functionality. Surrounding that core implementation, we have a set of universes which provide different functionality and different implementations, and you can pick and choose which modules you want to use in order to create your own version of Autoware that you can deploy on your own vehicle. In this diagram, we illustrate that we would like to encourage different universities to develop your own version of Autoware, include it in this universe, and then use it as a research platform. In this way, you can develop your own modules. You may want to specialize in planning research, so you develop a planning module, and then you can pick and choose with the different modules from Autoware Core or the other third-party universe software. This allows for community leadership in developing Autoware and provides for a diverse ecosystem and quickly allows the contribution of state-of-the-art technology. A key part of this Autoware platform is to develop a software-defined vehicle approach to autonomous driving. And in the Autoware Foundation, we have a working group dedicated to implementing what we call an Open AD kit. This is the containerization of autonomous software modules into microservices which encapsulate each module of the Autoware architecture. So you have a container for perception, a container for planning, and these are treated as individual microservices which you can deploy onto different vehicles from the cloud. And this allows the accelerated development of autonomous functions by modularizing the architecture and allowing for testing and development in the cloud, and then deploying those specific modules over the air to different vehicles or edge devices, and have certainty that the things you test in the cloud will then work on the vehicle. So as part of this initiative, the Open AD Kit Working Group has been working to implement the first blueprint of the industry-wide SOAFI software-defined vehicle framework. In this working group, we have now containerized Autoware, which can run with a planning simulator in multi-container environments, and this will be available shortly on the Autoware Foundation website, and we encourage you to download it for yourself and test out the functionality of the software-defined vehicle approach to autonomous driving. As well as the software platform, we are also providing reference implementations for the hardware platform. And here you can see a selection of different hardware platforms available from partner companies at the Autoware Foundation, or through open hardware reference designs that the Autoware Foundation, and in particular Centers of Excellence, have published as open designs for developing your own hardware systems. Alternatively, you can build your own platform and integrate it into the Autoware software stack, and then share your designs or advertise your platform for others to use. So when it comes time to build a research platform for your particular research topic, you can take advantage of these implementations that I've just shown. You can take your software from the Autoware core or the Autoware universes. You can choose a hardware platform that from the reference designs from the Autoware Foundation, or you can use your own hardware platform. You can package this together into a full autonomous driving stack on your research platform, and you can also use the Open AD Kit as a way to kickstart your development of autonomous driving systems. As an example of a university using Autoware as a research platform, I'd like to reference the Technical University of Munich and the work they've done in building the EDGAR research platform that they're using for full stack autonomous driving research. You'll see in the presentations today, there's a presentation from the labs at Technical University of Munich, and also at the IEEE conference in general. There's many papers from Technical University of Munich which are based on using the Autoware platform. So how can you get involved in the autonomous driving research platform Autoware? You can contribute Autoware source code that you have developed in your research, and you can submit that directly to the Autoware software repositories. You can open your own research in separate repositories and provide Autoware integration code, so other people can then take your code and run it along with the Autoware software. Hardware. You can open a hardware reference design and the system integration to provide another platform for autonomous driving research. You can publish your Autoware-based research results and spread the word of Autoware in the research community. And you can get involved in the project itself. the Centers of Excellence Research Network, the Autoware Discord channel for support, GitHub discussions about the use and the future of Autoware, and the different Autoware Foundation working groups where the key jobs of driving the Autoware software happens. And then of course we have various events at research conferences like IV, such as this workshops and the tutorial you are now involved in. And finally, I'd like to highlight the schedule we have today here at the Autoware tutorial at IV 2025. So we have 6 very interesting talks covering a very wide range of topics around autonomous driving and the Autoware ecosystem. And I'd just like to thank all of the authors for participating, and I encourage you to participate in these sessions, and if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the authors or contact me directly. Okay, thank you very much for joining the Autoware tutorial here at IV in 2025.